Welcome to NBA Pub Hub on Pub Sports Radio. Salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. The NBA is a hell of a drug. And you're looking at the plugs. Yeah, man. I can't lie, though. The plug is selling mids right now. It's selling mids on the block right now. The shit is watered down. We're going to keep it a buck. And we're going to keep it a buck and a half here. So yeah, man. You know it's Thursday, so it's only right. We got our guy, Mr. Skee Profit. How you feeling, my man?
I've been better, but I feel better today than I did yesterday. I've been sick all week, so closer I can get to 100%, happier I'll be. And I haven't talked to you, Dutch, since Monday. Daryl, I ain't talked to you, I think, since last week. So
yeah,
good to be back with both of y'all, and let's try and get some winners today, man.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we can see this motherfucker clearly. A lot of NBA fuckery going around, but we got our guy. Back from Tuesday. You see him Wednesday betting with the bag. Our guy, Mr. I don't give a shit. It's Daryl. How we feeling, my man?
I'm feeling good. Skee, I'll drink the white hand for you while you keep that water up, man. So salute. It's good to have you back. Dutch, Skee, it's always a pleasure to be on this platform with y'all. Had a good day Tuesday. Didn't do anything much on Wednesday, but lose two. So I gave it back. So I'm just thinking, man, it's time to just smack the books today, man. Peace to everybody in the chat here, man. Let's make this fucking bread, dog. Let's get to work.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Shout out to our guy, the real ones. We got him in the building. DK, Dan Kelly, great call with them Rockets +5 the other day. You know that shit was money, man. Appreciate you there.
Yes.
Bo Jackson in the building. I got our guy Star Child regular in this motherfucker. Good to see you, my man. GTM, I see you, my dude. Yeah, man. I was saying pre-show, man. I ain't have a good motherfucking day since Sunday. Well, Christmas seems like a long motherfucking time ago. Hey, but hopefully the gifts start coming, man, because it's just been a little rough of late. Shout out to our guy, Nasty Nate, Mr. Trifecta. Big game on the board today for you, my guy. Res Mob in the motherfucking building. I see you. Jimmy G, Jimmy Gomez. Good to see you, my man. Hopefully all is well. Got a big weekend ahead of us with the holiday, but let's get to this money right here. We got a 6-piece. Let's find some type of way to motherfucking eat. Believe it. We got OKC. We're going to start off here in Charlotte. So we got OKC coming to town. We got an opening line of -1, 239 is the total. We got 67% of the bets on OKC. The money pretty much evened out. No Povoka Sky. I know I fucked up dude's name. I don't know how to say dude's name.
Man.
Yeah, say it for me one more time, homie.
just say push and pee, bruh.
Yeah, push and pee. Hey, is he that good though to get one of those?
Yeah,
hey, he's a solid. He's a little. He brings his lunch pail to work. But yeah, he's out. No him. Now OKC has won four of the last 5. Hornets on the other side. They got no Mr. Nick Richards. He's questionable. Dennis Smith Jr. is questionable, and Kelly Oubre is out. The Hornets have lost 3 or 4. Back at the crib, my man, it's Daryl. What we doing with this basketball game?
Yeah, man, it's the gift that keeps on giving. If you know, then you know where to go with this, and that is you fade Charlotte still in the first quarter. We had Charlotte and Indy in that same category, but as of late, Charlotte's numbers has also kind of risen up. They're giving you about 29 points in the first quarter, and OKC is shooting about 29 points in the first quarter. So there is a little bit of wiggle room there if you like OKC early. But the defense, the Hornets defense is still giving you up 33 points in the first quarter, right? So I think it's one of these games to where OKC will come out, win the first quarter, but ultimately lose this game. I just think it's a game that I really don't want to get involved in. I want to dig deeper into these numbers, confirm these injury reports, but I am looking at OKC first quarter. But at the same token, when you have a team that's giving you an extra 5 points in their last 5 games, it probably could be a spot where Charlotte can come out and win this game. But first quarter, maybe that's where OKC spot is. But for now, no play for me.
My man, thinking OKC early. It sounded like he liking the Hornets at the crib, back at the house. Our guy DK giving us numbers. Tough basketball game here for me. Shea's been playing out of his mind. I mean, to me, it looks like you can see some points in this motherfucking basketball game. Skee, how you feeling, my man?
Yeah, I'm with you, and that's what the total reflects, right? It's close to 240 or at 240, somewhere around there. Actually, it was at 240, and I see on the screen 238.5, so it's going down. I don't know. I could only see points. I would disagree with the movement down. Not a whole lot of defense, and if I prefer to play this game from the props, it probably got to be SGA, because going up against LaMelo or Rozier's no defense there, and he's doing it versus anybody on a nightly basis. And LaMelo been balling since he's been back too, so his PRA or points and assists, I think, are something worth looking forward to. But other than that, I wouldn't lay with either team. It would be those props or the over.
Yeah, man, I can see a lot of highlights in this game. Shea getting off LaMelo, the whole damn crew. A lot of points, a lot of props to be made here. But yeah, but at the end of the day, for me, Abel, you already know it is a backwood. Shout out to our guy Rayhan with the kind words. Appreciate you, my man, out there in San Antonio doing big things. Hopefully you and the family are well. And happy motherfucking New Year, my dude. Alfonso Scott, I see you, my man. Let's get to game number motherfucking 2. We got the Indiana Pacers. We got Cleveland Cavaliers coming into Indiana, We got an opening line of 4.5. Total opening at 223.5. It is up now to 5.5. Money did come in, obviously, on the Cavaliers. 66% of the bets are on the Pacers, and 99% of the money on the Indiana Pacers here. From the Cavaliers side, we have no Robin Lopez. Osman is questionable. The Cavaliers have lost 2 straight. And obviously for the Pacers, the big question mark is Halliburton. Hallie is questionable in this game. Ski could probably touch on that a little bit more. They have Pacers have won 3 of the last 4 basketball games. Ski, what are we doing this one, my man?
He has a knee bruise or something like that. So in my mind, that makes me think he's going to play. But if he was out, I wouldn't want anything to do with the Pacers. And Cavaliers kind of been going over lately. I know they're 5-1 to over the last 2 weeks. I know they'll score on the Pacers side. It's just, can I trust the Pacers to keep up? And if they have Halliburton, I absolutely don't. So if I have to make a play in this game, I guess I will lean towards the over. I think that's the safest one for me. But I am off of this one. Also, I lean towards Miles Turner under his points just because I think he has a tough matchup, whether it's Allen or Mobley, whoever's in the game. I think they'll give him hell.
See, under on Miles Turner. No faith in Mr. Turner. My man, Derl, what are you doing with this basketball game?
I really don't give a fucking shit about this game. I really don't, man. Because, if I had a -5 Cleveland at home, I'd be all on Cleveland. I would. Possibly no Halliburton. I don't know if it's official just yet. I was trying to figure that out. But no, man, honestly, the line has gone down. When it comes to these sides today, I'm kind of agreeing with the way the line is moving, right? So this line has gone down a little bit, and I do agree with that. Cavaliers coming off 2 losses. Pacers kind of stepping their game up. We were already talking about. I just hate to kind of sound repetitive, but the Pacers are actually, what they're doing is they're playing their starters longer in the first quarter. So Carlisle has made the adjustment, and they're coming off winning these first quarters and scoring major points in the first quarter. So it sets the tempo for the rest of the game. Cavaliers, they really got it though, man. I mean, if Halliburton is out, do you just really just smash the Cavaliers here? And I would have to wait for the injury report, but I do lean Cavs in spite of all that. Cavs are such a good team that I would only have to go that way, even with them being away. Right, even with them being away. So for right now, it's a no play for me. I think I will get there possibly if Halliburton isn't playing, but I'm telling you, man, it's just one of these games that are really tricky for me. So for right now, no play for me to the point to where it's like, I don't know if I really give a fucking shit about this game.
I see you, my man. Winner Circle, appreciate you joining us, my man. Tony Cobbs with the kind words. I'm with you, my man. Appreciate you. My man, Daryl, I kind of with you, man. I don't really care too much about this basketball game, but when I did look into it a little bit, it's kind of like, man, Halliburton must not be playing. But the Pacers play Cavaliers tough. I believe they beat them recently in Cleveland. So maybe a get back game spot for Cleveland. But Pacers, man, at home getting these points seem like there's some value there. But it is a pass for me. Let's get on to this next one. The best motherfucking game of the day. No questions asked, god damn it. We got the Boston Celtics, LA Clippers coming into Beantown. Clippers playing some good basketball. Had an opening line of 7, down to 6.5. 6 at spot, shop around. Opening line 227.5. It is creeping up a little bit there. 70% of the bets on the Celtics, 73% of the money on the LA Clippers. The Clippers have been playing basketball. Kawhi Leonard has been playing basketball, more importantly, and they have won 4 of the last 5 basketball games. Boston on their side have won 3 straight. The big question mark on their side is Brogdon is a question mark. Other than that, it's really Blake Griffin, the only one question, and they do have Williams. They're getting back healthy, looking like the Boston team we've seen earlier in the year. It's Derl. What are we doing this basketball game, my man?
Honestly, it's tough, man. Honestly, it's tough for me. When I look at the last game they played on the 12th, Clippers got them, like you said, 113-93. Boston didn't even break the century mark, right? So that spread was Clippers +4. And now we're going in Boston, and you get a larger spread here, 6.5, 7. And that number, it opened up at 6, I believe, and now it's at 7. I do agree with this line movement. I really do here. So it's just really tough for me because Clippers actually cover spreads away. So it's one of those things to where, do we look at the recent body of work, which what I always do, and the Clippers, they've been on their own tear. I mean, they beat some sorry teams. They beat Detroit. They beat Toronto. They beat Charlotte. They beat Washington. They lost to Philly. So it's one of those things to me to where I feel that Clippers can get up because they're a little more familiar with this squad. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, if you ask me. I think this is going to be a really high-scoring game. But if I'm looking at Boston needing a win against, this is going to be a win that they want to have, and I think they can get there. I just confused on which way I want to go. Boston at home, Clippers away. This one here could just go anyway. So for right now, it's not a play for me. But more of a lean toward Boston than the Clippers, because just fuck the Clippers. You know how we feel about the Clippers, but I don't have a solid look on this play at all.
Shout out to Mike M, King of the Pimp Slap play of the day, giving us some good stats and touching on a little bit of what you said as well, Daryl. 10-0, I believe, last 10 on the road, he said, with a 17 point per game margin, something like that. Mike, I appreciate your stats, man. He always be giving some real good ones. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, shout out to Mike, man. Good shit, bro. Good
you really do. OG Wham in the motherfucking building. I see you, my man. Salute to you and the fam. I know I probably fucked up your stat too, Mike. I give you credit on it. Say it's a good one and fucked it up, my guy. I know it's some good shit. I know everyone on the screen seen it.
Hey, Nate ain't never telling us to bet the other side. You know how this go.
Yeah, man. This motherfucker, he probably still screaming Matt Jones MVP. Come on, man. You know he's on some shit talking that bull ass shit. Skee. I'm fond of this basketball game, man. What you think?
I like the over, and you can just look at what these teams been doing all year long. I think they combined with the home and road splits 26-11 to the over. And I think those games combined to average like 230.5. And if you look more like the last 2 weeks, combined for 6-3 to the over, those games making it to about 236.5. So I think 227.5, wherever it was, when I got it, even anywhere up to 230, like it's just too low. You hear, I think it was Marcus Smart from the Celtics side just saying how they need to play with pace. And then I've heard a couple times that, Kawhi and a couple others mention that they need to play faster. And I see them getting their rhythm. And when Kawhi and PG are both on the floor together, it opens up a lot of shots for the other players, like open three-pointers, because they got a lot of attention. So it's just a lot of ways to score in this game. I like the over. And I probably would lean towards, let's see, Reggie Jackson prop or something like that, just because I think he'll get a lot of those open shots I was talking about.
Skee, what do you say? There's something that you were talking about when the teams play the first time, how that if the total goes over or under, when they play the next time, that line will come out and you take them on the over if it goes under the first game?
No, it's nothing for this game. It was more like unders.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Nasty Nate said, fuck Mac Jones. Okay, that's good to hear, my guy. That is good to hear. Yeah, I like this game. I think, man, I know obviously the Celtics did lose to the Clippers in LA. But man, I just think there's a lot of points for the Clippers right here. They're playing good basketball right now. And who cares more about this basketball game, the LA Clippers or the Boston Celtics? I think the Clippers are trying to, play a little bit up. Mainly more Kawhi and PG to play up to the tandem of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Man, those guys have been elite this year. But do they really give a fuck? And I don't really want to. I really don't know. I would expect them to play. They showed that they went to Toronto and surprised me. They obviously showed that they give a fuck about that basketball game, and they played a good complete basketball game. But with Kawhi and PG, you got two guys that could really match JB and Jason Tatum. You can't say that too often. They do have a deep bench as well. Inside with Robert Williams coming back, they should have the edge with only Zubac really. But I think 6.5 is a lot of points in this basketball game. I think this should be a competitive basketball game. I think Boston is going to try to outscore LA, but I do think LA will be able to score with them. So I could see this being a 1 to 2 possession basketball game very easily. Haven't went to the window yet, but the Clippers are healthy, man. They're fully healthy, and I think they're out to show. This game obviously will be on national TV. They're out to show that they're the real deal, and I believe they are with the coaching and when they finally get that roster situated, they will be there when it counts. I do believe so. But yeah, man, we'll tweet out. I'll tweet this out if I do jump on the Clippers here, but no play at this time. Let's get to Toronto, man. Let's go north. We got Memphis coming through, dancing and all that. They come through customs, doing the team dances, all that bull ass shit they like to do. We got opening line of -3, a total of 228.5. 52% of the bets on the Memphis Grizzlies, 56% of the money on the Memphis Grizzlies. They have lost 4 straight ever since Mr. Moran started talking that shit. Nobody in the West I'm worried
Come
about.
on, man.
God damn it. Your ass has been getting mopped the fuck around by the bookless Suns most recently at the crib. So yeah, they've lost 4 in a straight, and now we go to Toronto, and they've been a hot mess this motherfucking well. No lie. Van Fleet, the big question mark. Achua is questionable tonight. He might be back. They lost 7 out of the last 9 games. They look like they might have found it against Cleveland and New York, winning 2 big basketball games on the road, and then went right back to the crib and got that ass whipped by the Clippers. Van Fleet obviously is huge to this team. What we doing this basketball game, Skee?
Yeah, I don't want no parts of what Memphis is offering right now.
Right.
They haven't played that many games without everybody healthy, and I think they're just trying to figure it back out and get it together. And they haven't been good on the road. I'm pretty sure they're under 500. I think they're like 4-12 or 4-13, something like that against the spread. I can't back them. Raptors, they've kind of fallen off a little bit lately, but still a much better home team than road team. So I would be grabbing the points with the Raptors if I'm playing this game.
Yeah, man. This is a tough basketball game. 2 teams that really aren't too trustworthy. What do you like in this game, Daryl?
I'm gonna tell you something, man. And when I look at the NBA, I'm always trying to learn, y'all. And something that stuck out to me, and specifically in this period where we are in basketball, Skee, we just talked about it offline about how it's the holidays and these guys don't really get up. When I watched that Brooklyn Nets game yesterday, and you had Atlanta sitting, I believe, 3 of their starters, you have other ball players, not even really the glue guys, but you go deeper in that bench, you got dogs that are hungry, man. They're trying to prove a point. They're playing with house money. They're playing more free. And ultimately, man, they're playing to still keep a seat at the table. And so when you have these type of games to where you have star players out or you have multiple starters out, always don't discredit that team that's sitting those starters. And that has really happened with Memphis in the last 2 games, not necessarily starters sitting or anything, but just injured players. You saw that with Golden State. You saw that with Phoenix, right? And it's all because partly Ja opened his mouth and want to talk shit about the West. But secondly, you got dogs, man, that are hungry and want to play. Now, I say all that to say this. If you're going to think of Memphis as a good team, then this has definitely got to be a bounce back spot for them, because now they're playing out of conference. And as quiet as kept, Toronto is not that good. they're long and lengthy. They clog the paint. But if they decide, if Memphis decides to run up and down this court, if Desmond Bane decides to turn on his 3-point activation mode, this can get out of hand for Toronto, right? But for right now, I'm like the guy that likes to be fashionably late to a party. So you got to show me something first. I would lean on the Memphis side. I would lean them early, even possibly a trifecta. But they're in such a slump right now. You got to wait for them to get up before you can even really start saying these guys are legit. So for right now, even though Memphis is the better team on paper, they're not showing that. And they're losing the teams that are not even fully healthy. And they're losing convincingly. So for right now, it's just a no play for me. But I personally lean Memphis here.
Yeah, man. This tough basketball game. Yeah, BJ, that game was tough to watch, especially that first quarter, first half from Atlanta, Brooklyn. You touched on that, man. That was Atlanta looked pretty damn good, I will say, with all them bench ass players, right? I would have to say when I watch Toronto, somehow, some way, they're always scrappy first half. So looking at it, I would have to lean Toronto here, maybe first half, but I do think you have to have Van Fleet out there. They lack guards. They lack shooting like a motherfucker. So if you don't have Van Fleet, who's sketchy, who's real streaky as well, especially this year, but has found his game. If you don't have Van Fleet, I can't really look out there and see who's going to knock down a bucket consistently, to be quite honest with you, from a perimeter perspective. But +3 at the crib, man. Memphis has been suspect as fuck of late, especially at the house. I don't know, man. It's a tough basketball game. I would lean Toronto with the points and early because they are scrappy, but they seem to find a way to lose basketball games of late. Shout out to our guy, Jay Peasy. My man, good to see you, my man. Happy holidays, Cali's finest. Let's get to this next basketball game. We got 2 left. We got the Knickerbockers going into San Antonio. They hang around in Texas, coming off that crazy game in Dallas where they fucked around and gave Luka the motherfucking Don a triple-double. One of the best triple-doubles we will ever see. 60, 20, and 10. And found a way to lose the game up 9 with some fucking 30, 40 seconds left to go on top of it. But yeah, man, we got an opening line of -5, a total of 224.5. 70% of the bets on the Knicks. However, we got 52% of the money on the San Antonio Spurs. Jalen Brunson is going to remain questionable. The big news out of New York is RJ Barrett. Not too high on this guy, but man, they seem to love this motherfucker. He's out, for at least a week, I believe, with a finger issue. The Knicks came back to reality of late, lost 4 straight basketball games. San Antonio on the other side, no Vassell, looking like pretty much everyone else is a go outside of Vassell, and have lost 3 out of 4. They've been losing basketball games all motherfucking season. That's just what they do. What we doing in this basketball game, Ski?
Yeah. I got to roll with the Knicks here. I just feel like it's their favorite for a reason because it's a get right spot. They lost 4 games in a row, but before that, they won 8 in a row. And I'm not going to fault them for them 4 losses. They were playing competition. They played the Sixers, the Mavs, the Raptors, and I think the Bulls. And that's nowhere near who they playing tonight. Tonight is bottom feeder, bottom 5. So road favorites are 4 straight losses. They're about 66.7% winners going back to 2017. And if you want to look at the whole database, they are 60.5% winners against the spread. And if those teams are off an overtime game, I just had to be sure because usually, I'm not looking to back teams off an overtime game. They're 7-2 straight up and against the spread. So those tell me to take the Knicks. Knicks also 12-5 against the spread on the road. Last 5 game stats. They've lost 4 games in a row, and their last 5 game stats are still better than the Spurs. That just tells me how poor the Spurs are. They're number 2 offensive rated team, number 1 rebounding team, and that defense has just been lacking. But I think it'll look a lot better versus the competition they're playing tonight. I like them early, first half. Mm-hmm. They're 25-10 against the spread in the first half, and they've covered 9 of their last 10 on the road. Mm-hmm. So give me the Knicks first half full game.
Yeah, man, I dig it. OG Wham right there with you. I read my mind. Knicks first half seems pretty damn good to me as well. Obviously, losing 4 straight, you touched on it, but losing the way they did that, I touched on a little bit to Dallas. I mean, this team should come out, well-coached team under Thibodeau, and play some aggressive basketball, especially early. It's Daryl. What you doing with this basketball game, my man?
Yeah, official play for me. I got Knicks first half -2.5. They've lost 4 games in a row. But you know what they're not losing? First halves. They're 3-1. In their last 4 games, they're 3-1. So they're coming out and beating teams convincingly first half. So if you know, you know. This is going to pay you more than you got to pay the bookies. First half is the play. This is just a sorry team. And because the Knicks have been losing, where they're not losing really is the first half. So maybe they think that San Antonio will come and bring something in the second half where it seems like they're kind of falling apart. But it is going to be first half. You might even get a better number if Brunson is officially out. It might move a hook or so. So the look here is still Knicks first half. Knicks has a better team, better defense, and Spurs are just a mess here. So official play that I've made is Knicks -2.5. I've already kind of jumped it here. I think Brunson probably won't play, which means you could probably get a better number here, right? So just wait on that. I might just hit him again if Jalen Brunson is officially ruled out, but that is an official play for me. Knicks first half -2.5. I got that with my local.
Yeah, Nasty Nate. I don't know, man. No Timmy D coming tonight. I like that look a lot there, Daryl. Lance, we appreciate you, my man. He said liked. Hopefully every one of you motherfuckers will hit that like button real quick. Like Joshua, I don't know. Brunson hasn't been ruled out yet. Daryl does believe he won't play.
I don't think he's gonna play. Yeah.
You don't think? Yeah, he don't believe he'll play.
You'll get a better number. And I mean, RJ Barrett being gone too, there's your scoring. But I mean, man, the Knicks are kind of deadly in the paint. Right, so who's missing for the Spurs? Don't you have Keldon Johnson who might not play?
He's back tonight.
He's playing. It's Vassell's out.
It's Vassell who's out, right? So yeah, they just don't have enough. I'm sorry you missed the scoring from RJ Barrett, but you got some opportunities to get some boards and second chance points on the Knicks end. So I don't care. I like the Knicks a lot.
I like it. Alfonso Scott says, "Well, go ahead."
No, you could read the comment. I got a comment I like too.
Yeah, Alfonso Scott says the words with Fournier and Reddish play, Tibbs is a fucking clown. Well, Tibbs likes you to play defense. So if you don't play defense, you ain't playing, bro. So that's the problem with these two. But I would like them out there from a shooting perspective. You know, obviously without Brunson, I'm so not going to be out there. RJ ain't no shooter, but he can score. But yeah, man, they lack shooting like a motherfucker out there. Reddit, you be seeing Julius shoot a little bit too much from the perimeter, in my opinion. But he needs to be aggressive, obviously aggressive. He should have the green light tonight. But yeah, man, they got to play defense. You don't play defense, you ain't getting no run in the rotation. Go ahead, Ski.
I was just looking at Kenny V. It just made me laugh. He said, "Let my wife bet the games yesterday. She put $100 on Charlotte -11. Never touching my account again."
Oh shit! Yeah,
I feel your pain, bro.
The wife get Kenny V. I think that's a new name too. Shout out to Kenny V, my guy. See you. Appreciate you joining us. But yeah, let's get to this next one here. We got the motherfucking last game on the card. It's the Houston Rockets going into Dallas. Little Texas rivalry right here. We got Luka the motherfucking Don and the boys -10, 226 was the opening total. We got 81% of the bets on the Houston Rockets and 84% of the money on the Rockets. Obviously, the Mavericks are a team that's just a level above the Houston Rockets, but the Mavericks don't cover basketball games. A huge win, coming off a huge win, a very unlikely win, and obviously we all know what Luka the motherfucking Don did: 60, 20, and motherfucking 10, triple double. We will not probably see again. The Rockets have lost 6 out of the last 7 basketball games. Everyone's pretty much good to go from Houston side. When we look at the Mavericks, we got Reggie Bullock as a question mark. No DFS as well. Still no Cleaver, and obviously no Green as well. Dallas has found a way to win 4 basketball games straight here. It's Daryl. What we doing this basketball game, my man?
Yeah, the call of the day on Tuesday was Rockets first quarter against Boston, right? Dan was all over that. He was all over that shit. And I came really close to getting there. And I'm coming really close to getting there in the first quarter now. What you're going to see happen, really, this is a pride play for Houston, right? Because they're not going to allow Luka, or they're going to at least play. Technically, Luka could do whatever the fuck he wants to on the court, right? But they're going to play with the mindset, yo, you're not getting 60, 20, and 10 on us, right? So they're going to try to clamp him down. Bullock being questionable, that's your early knockdown three-point shooter, right? He's the guy, he's like your PJ Tucker. He'll shoot from the corner, he'll shoot from the high perimeter. So you're missing some threes. Now, mind you, these shooters are kind of off and on, right? They're kind of off and on. So if you get them started early, that's a good thing. But Houston, for what it's worth, their points have also gone up in the first quarter. They're averaging more points in the first quarter than Dallas in the last 5, right? So Dallas has shown you that in the first half, they don't play well. Second half, they come back. That was a miracle what Luka did with the free throw, grabbing the rebound, shooting shit up, and then the rest is history. But this seems like another spot where I could be confident enough to take the Rockets plus 3.5 in the first quarter, only because I think they'll play with some type of tenacity to kind of set the stage, if you will, kind of just set the tone and let this team know, yo, we might be worse than you, but you're not going little bro us. So the only way I can look at this game really is to look at Houston early in the first quarter. If Bullock isn't playing, that would make me feel a little more confident. And I think they could come out and win the first quarter, right? But how that game goes the rest, I don't know. So for right now, huge lean on Houston first quarter plus 3.5.
I dig it. Skee, you like this basketball game, my man?
Yeah. I was just trying to check the current best numbers I can get right here, and I'm checking them out there. But if I was going to take a side, it would probably be the Rockets' first half, and my reason would be because they've been good in the first half in the beginning of the year. I haven't kept up with it the past week or so, but just thinking you can get in and get out. Dallas off of an overtime game where they came back and won. I just feel like it's a little bit of a letdown. So that's my reasoning for leaning towards Houston, but I like the over more than the side in this game. Let me just pull this back up here. So I have double-digit favorites after an overtime game. After an overtime win, they are slightly under 60%, 55 and 37 as far as the database goes to the over. And if you look at if it's a division game, they're 10-2 to the over. And this is just telling me that we shouldn't expect a whole lot of defense from Dallas tonight. And if I combine that with the fact that Houston's not playing any defense either, they're bottom 5 the last 5 games. I think we have a chance to get up and over. JPZ says no Luka though. They'll play a little bit faster in my mind too. So it's not a big play, but I'm trusting the system and I'm gonna go up and over.
No, I think PZ, yeah, I like that Skee. I think PZ was referring to no Luka in this previous game.
Okay.
When they beat him by 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I see it. Plus 10, yeah, man. Double digits to follow you too. I believe Sojams said they're 0-3 this year with the number this big against the number 2. So if they have a hard time covering at the crib, there ain't no way I'm laying double digits against or with Dallas right here. They definitely I believe are going to be in a letdown spot. Come on, man. That shit don't happen every day. Well, what they winning the basketball game alone and what Mr. Motherfucking Luka the Don put on definitely ain't going to happen. So, yeah, I would expect a little bit of a hangover. Obviously, the Texas rivalry, Houston should be ready to play. Good stats from our guy JPZ. Liking them first quarter there. Said they've won all the last 3 there in Houston or in Dallas in the first quarter as well. So yeah, man, let's before we get up out of here, we appreciate everyone fucking with us right now. We got a little over 200. If you would, let's run up the like button before we get up out of here. If you've not subscribed to Pub Sports Radio, do that at this time as well. It's time to pay the motherfucking bills. Vic, roll the clip.
That music be
Yeah,
hitting,
man.
bro. That music be hitting, dog.
Sets the vibe, huh? Sets the vibe.
Yeah.
Manscaped, definitely keep it nice and tight. You want to get right, females, men, for all kinds. Definitely check out Puff Sports, or excuse me, check out Manscaped. Use the word Puff Sports for the code to get you 20% off all things Manscaped. Nose, everything from head to toe. They keep you fresh. Puff Sports, 20% off. And then, of course, if you are in the San Antonio area, please stop in the Southtown 101. Do yourself that favor. Get yourself a motherfucking beverage. Get yourself some of the best bar food around. They do allow parking lot pimping, live karaoke throughout the week, DJs. It's the place to motherfucking be if you are in the San Antonio area. Might even see our boy Vic on the in the ones and twos in the back. The Dawn of Puff Sports Radio, Mr. Jeff Slaughter. Check him out, Southtown 101, San Antonio, motherfucking Texas. All right, let's get to the motherfucking best plays of the day. Shout out to our guy Pixel Dave joining us, leader of the Nerd Nation. I see you, my man. Mo Harris as well. Let's get to this bag, man. Let's get to this money. It's Daryl. How we getting in, my man?
Yeah, man. I have to make it official. I think you will get a better number. But I've already stepped on Knicks -2.5 first half. And I think I'm going to get there with the first quarter Rockets +3.5. Haven't gotten there yet, but I think I will. But for now, official play of the day for me, Knicks first half -2.5.
I dig it. Knickerbockers first half going into San Antonio and taking that money early. Skee, what's the most profitable play of the day, my guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Clippers and the Celtics over 227.5. Best number I found was at Circa, and I told you a lot of reasons earlier why you should take it. So best bet for me.
My man. I have not placed a bet yet today. That game, honestly, the two bets I would place today would either be the Clippers today or the Knicks first half. I'm going to check out a little bit that rotation, see what's going on. Obviously, they are missing a little bit if no Brunson as well. And like Daryl said, we'll get a better number as well. So been running a little bit rough of late, so no need to force. I have no problem sitting back and soaking up the knowledge in the NBA. And I love breaking bread with these boys right here and every one of y'all in the chat as well. We appreciate y'all vibing with us, of course, here throughout the holiday week. Big weekend here. Happy motherfucking New Year if I don't see y'all tomorrow, because this will be my last day, I believe, here on Puff Sports until Monday. But yeah, man, it's Daryl. What we got going for the weekend, man? Big weekend going on. I know you got the fam around. What we doing, my guy?
Yeah, man. It's the weekend is officially started for me. I think I'm gonna be in Vegas, bro. I think I'm gonna cut the fuck up, bro. So I got some people coming in town and everybody want to hit up Vegas. So I'll probably head out Saturday and just have a night, bro. Celebrate New Year's out at probably Dre's or somewhere. Just get into the mix somewhere. But yeah, I'll probably be in Vegas unless my old ass just decide to be lazy, not do shit, not be outside. But yeah, Vegas is the spot. Then drive hungover back here on Sunday and start the week off right, man. Start the new year off right.
I dig it. You been to Vegas on the New Year's before?
Oh yeah, man.
Okay.
I lived there.
You know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah. I lived there 4 years, man. So I know what I'm getting into.
All right. Yeah. You've lived here 4 years?
Yeah.
Oh, you should know. You should come nowhere around this motherfucker for New Year's.
I know, man. But that's what the problem is I've got some family and I've got one of my relatives, man, and they had rented out VIP at Dre's.
Oh, and you might want to get your ass down here. And
yeah,
hit me up when you're there, too, goddammit.
Yeah, for sure. I've got a couple of youngins, man, and they all turning 22, 23, and so they just wanted to try to do it big. So they went big, man. It was like, yo, come on down, OG. And I was like, I don't be up in the streets, but it's been a minute. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I might just have to put on the Turkish leather shoes, man, and cut a little rug.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Hey, it's pretty dope, though. I mean, you might, if that's where you should, that's pretty dope spot to be on New Year's. I ain't gonna lie, if you got to set up like that. But yeah, man, I'm old as fuck too, so I'm
really, man.
I that was in the past, but I'll be going out New Year's, but not like that. I'll keep it a little like good steak, something good to smoke on, something good to sip on. I'll be good to go. Ski, the party guy, you back in the city, bro?
Yeah, I'm still in LA. I don't know what I'm doing either. I've just been trying to get better. I ain't been feeling good. So once
Hey, no party guy? No party guy?
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's a party guy. That's a party guy.
He's got like he missing Vegas a little bit, bro. Like, hey, man. That's what happens.
He'll
You
be
leave
there.
Vegas, you like fuck this place, and then you leave that bitch for like 4 or 5 days. You're like, man, we got it pretty good out there, motherfucker, bro.
Yo, Wham, tell me you light a candle and shit. For real.
When you in Cali though, I mean, Cali's a beautiful thing. I'm just saying, like when you got things going in Vegas, it's a little different, man. 24 hours access to do whatever the fuck you want. It's a beautiful thing if you in that lane, you know what I mean? If you're in that lane. But yeah, man, happy holidays to everyone. Enjoy the motherfucking weekend. You know what I'm saying? Don't do anything I wouldn't do. So you wide the fuck open.
Hey, that's not saying a lot, Dutch. That's not saying a lot.
So you wide the fuck open, man. Have a good time, goddammit. Hey, salute to all the real ones holding us down. Jay Peasy, I see you. Abel in the chat. OG Wham, Happy New Year, my man. Sharon, everyone hit the like button. BJ, James, we appreciate all y'all, man. Be sure to like, subscribe, share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these bookies to rest. Yeah, man.